There's a mountain on the outskirts of New Delhi, but it's not the type you can hike up. The stench is overpowering, and the mounds of trash are a health hazard for the people who live around here. India is trying to solve its plastic waste problem, and the Prime Minister has posted this video online to show the public just how serious the government is about reducing plastic waste.
Cleanliness, the protection of the environment and that of wildlife, these are the three most valued issues by Mahatma Gandhi. Plastic is a very big danger for all three of these issues. Therefore, we have to achieve the goal of ridding our country of single-use plastics by 2022.
Although the ban is a few years away, some vendors have already stopped using plastic bags and cups.
I can't say if not using plastic is helping the environment or not, but hopefully it will help the environment improve over the next few years.
Gem Enviro Management is a company that collects plastic trash from offices and homes. It recycles the waste into t-shirts, bags, and other products.
Plastic is actually not a nuisance, but when it is mixed with the garbage, it creates, it cannot be recycled. The main challenge with the plastic is its segregation from the source. And if it is segregated, then 80 to 90% of the plastic is recycled and it can be used in various ways.
But experts say recycling doesn't get to the root of the issue. India's disorganized waste management system has been blamed for the out-of-control rubbish situation across the country. And only once that is addressed can its mounting trash problem be cleaned up. Natasha Hussain, TRT World.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Farra Waheeda binti Muhammad Rasdi. Now I will present about recycling plastic in India. Recycling is a very important process that needed in our daily life. So, the definition of recycling is recovering and reprocessing of waste materials or use in new product, or it is known as process that is needed to collect and process the material such as plastic from being thrown away, as it cannot be processed by the microorganism as a compost. Recycling can help reduce the quantity of solid waste from being landed in landfill, which have become increasingly expensive. Recycling also can be known as a process to collect and process the material and change it into usable things. For example, Adidas company, which cooperation with Bali, they choose to collect all the plastic waste all over the coastal and sea, such as Maldives. They choose to collect plastic waste as they can process the plastic turned into polymer to custom the shoes wear. Through this option, they can help the government to reduce the number of plastic waste in the world. The recycle process of plastic are including collecting, sorting, shredding, washing, melting, and also pelletizing. These processes are depending on the types of plastic product.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very morning. My name is Erna Fizralia binti Sam. Today I would like to explain the issue in this assignment, which is our topic is recycling issue and its challenges. We choose India as our example of country that we refer. In 21st century, India was getting buried into grounds of garbage. Approximately 8.3 million tons of plastic have been produced since 1950s, and 6.10 billion has become waste. Only around 9% of the waste was recycled, while 79% end up in the landfill or in the environment. This is the big issue that India need to be dealt with. And plastic, as we know, plastic do not have shelf like any other product. And the fact is, our planet cannot digest plastic because the plastic takes around 500 to 1,000 years to completely degrade due to the presence of complex polymers. In India, large metropolis such as Mumbai and Delhi generate around 9 metric tons and at 1,300 metric tons of waste per day. This is the big amount of number of wastes. According to Sharma 2018, India generates nearly 26,000 tons of plastic waste every day, making it the 15th biggest plastic polluter globally. We should reduce the amount of plastic usage, as we know how bad plastic, because it's a non-degradable product. And actually, there are a reason why the usage of plastic in India is increasing day by day. The first one is the overpopulations. Because with an increasing of populations, there is an increase in the generation of waste. Consequently, this creates challenges in India to deal with this big issue. As we know, if the population happen, the demand of the plastic, the demand of the product also increasing. And this is the situation whereby the manufacture of plastic in India will produce more plastic, will produce more product that using a plastic. Actually, this issue should be focused, as we know the plastic we can do a recycling in order to help to save our environment, because if the plastic usage is overused, there are plastic pollutant that will harm the ocean, the environment. All the environment will be will be dangerous.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shafiqah binti Rasul, and today I will present about the government and non-government organization in order to reduce plastic usage in India. So first we go with government. So in 5th June 2018, India been the host for World Environment Day. So India was choose beat plastic pollution as their theme. So it is to India was highlight their effort in order to reduce the single-use plastic that can give impact to human health, marine life, and also ocean pollution. So India take several ways in order to replace plastic, in order to reduce plastic waste, which are use cloth bag, and so bring their own bottles, and also not use straw. So the second, what government do is ban single plastic use. So as we know, India was one of the country that the largest plastic waste. So Indian have decided to ban plastic usage in 2009, in 2nd October 2009. So they have banned several plastic type, which are like cups, bottles, straw, and others. So for example, like in 2016, one of the district in India was banned, which is Sikkim. They ban plastic usage because they know the plastic the plastic is one of the factor of the landslide at their place in 1998. So lastly, the government take plastic tax. This is similar with the United Kingdom, but this is similar with United Kingdom, which is complement existing GST regime. Even though this tax is not provide for the specific purpose, but it can help improve the recycle infrastructure, and also can improve the rat picker working conditions. So from that they can be more productive, more about to together to reduce plastic waste. So we move to the non-government organization. So as we know, NGO is not profit entities or government, but also they get a fund from the government. So they have a three NGO in this presentation, which is first is GEF small program. So GEF small grant program. So this is program about to cover the sustainable development by thinking globally, acting locally. This is mean we need to think about the global. For example, like plastic issue is a globally issue, so we need to think it, but we need to take action with locally. With this mean with we start from our place. So this program help India to turn their plastic waste into road. So the second NGO is they call it Earth 5R. So what is Earth 5R is mean 5 Earth value, which is like reuse, recycle, respect, restore and reduce. So this NGO was driven by more 50,000 volunteers globally, and it is one of the largest environment movement. So that this NGO was bring the communities to develop a symbiotic development and symbiotic ecosystem, and move forward to the zero waste. So lastly, we go to the waste warrior. Waste warrior was for the founder of this NGO is a tourist. Is a tourist, and the name is Jody Underhill. So she is a tourist, and they come to India to travel, but they have a disturb with the plastic. With the plastic waste. So she decide in 2009 she decide to build the NGO, and for the first program she get attended 100% to help them to help she to clean the garbage in McLeodganj. So from that there have many program that she do. One of the program is named Plastic Gulak. Plastic Gulak is more focused on student at India, and student need to collect the plastic or whatever, and they can sell it to the plastic waste collector, and from that they also can get money. So that's all from me about the actors, about the government and non-government organization action in order to reduce plastic waste. Thank you.
Next, we move to the next part, which is solution. Solution that can be taken in order to reduce the plastic usage is turn plastic waste into other things that is useful. One of the engineering college in India, they discovered an innovative solution to combat the plastic waste crisis by using it to build roads. They said that plastic and bitumen are petroleum products, so it can be bond very well when added to liquid asphalt. So as a result, road like this will have a higher resistance to deformation, damage to water, increase resilience, shrink and eventually dispose of larger amount of plastic waste to save pollution. Rough estimates indicate that India produces about 15,000 tons of plastic daily, of which 9,000 tons are recycled while the rest is burned or end up with landfill. According to Dr. Technology Vasudevan, made it easier to deal with the plastic crisis. The government mandated the use of plastic waste in the construction of road 2015 and beyond. The Indian Road Congress (IRC) has ruled that all new road construction must use at least 6 to 8% of plastic waste, and this really gives a great chances to reduce the usage of plastic in India. Next solution is gasification process, whereby it uses inert air containing nitrogen and not 6 to 8% of plastic waste, and this really give a great chances to reduce the usage of plastic in India. Next solution is gasification process, whereby it uses inert air containing nitrogen and not oxygen, making it more simple process, whereby also can reducing the cost. This is a feedback gasification system in which the thermochemical process convert carbon-based material into gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen, and also methanol gas, which can be used for heat or energy production. This gasification agent has proven to be an environmentally friendly way of converting waste of biomass and plastic into fuel gas. This also reduce the caloric value of the fuel gas produced as a result of dilution. Innovation in plastic recycling include increasingly reliable chemical detectors and advanced software that collectively improve the accuracy and productivity of automated sorting. The recycling process uses minimal water to recycle plastic, where water is used as a coolant. The waterproof method produces better recycled plastic pellets than others, which can be useful in road construction.
Okay, so I will continue with the challenges that India take in order to reduce plastic waste. So they have three challenges which are lack of enforcement law. Second is company responsibility, and lastly a lack of responsibility by the municipal authorities. So we go to the lack of enforcement law. So in 2016, India was implement the provision of the plastic waste management rules, but the citizen unwillingness to follow the rules, the management rules, especially for the business company or business factory. So they refuse because the provision was implemented to them to pay monthly fee about around 4,000 rupee, but they refuse to pay it, and they don't want to follow the provision that provided by the Indian government. So the second challenge is company responsibility. Company responsibility is about most in India. Most of the plastic produced is used by packaging manufacturers or packaging industry. So the industry need to find the alternative in order to reduce plastic usage in their industry. So for example, like India is one most of the biggest country that have online delivery. So from that, such as food delivery, from that delivery, they have produced more plastic usage, and they need to find the solution in order to reduce plastic waste in India, and at least according to the one of the food delivery in India, it said that the plastic waste increase become 22,000 ton of plastic waste monthly after they do the food delivery. So the last is lack of responsible by municipal authorities. So we know India is one of the largest plastic waste in Asia. It is also happen because India import plastic waste from other countries, even though the country have loaded of plastic waste, but they import the plastic waste from the other country. It is because the lack of responsibility by municipal authorities toward the management and toward the same unit manufacturing. It is because the manufacturing or the some industries choose to import plastic waste from other countries because it's more cheap, and more cheap for the use for their industry. So in March, so before India start ban their plastic waste, they have some recycle firm that import the plastic waste from Italy, Japan, Malawi, and also from China. So like I said, they import the plastic waste because it's more cheaper and can get available segregation form. So from that they have one studies by the PDUSM, which is Pandit Dindayal Upanday Smrit March. So this study about the more than 19 ton metric of plastic was being imported in Delhi. So it is lead to the responsible by municipal authorities because they cannot to provide, they cannot to prevent the import of the plastic waste from other countries. So this all from me about the challenges that taken by India in order to reduce their plastic waste. So thank you.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Azra Farisha binti Zainal. So I'm going to proceed to the implications of recycling, a positive and negative towards the India. So the first positive implications of recycling is economics, because the recyclers can keep separate from your household waste can be collected at recycling programs. Collected materials are further separated, sorted and processed for cell manufacturers. Other from the environmental benefits, promoting the recycling industry will help India to provide jobs and reduce dependence on waste imports. All of this will indirectly help to boost India's economic performance and provide more job opportunities to society. So the second positive implications is towards politics. As the economical already okay, so the politics will be okay too, will be great too. So different kinds of politics define different parts of the recycle. Recycling has wide support, and improving the recyclable waste is possibly less debatable than guarding waste consumption or production. So this actually can help India to more to have more steady political condition, as the recycling activity actually helped India to have a good relationship with other country, as recycling can give India a good economical, and also because of the economy is good, that's why the India politics also will be good as well. So the third positive implication is toward the social. The society energy consumption is additionally reduced by doing recycling. As example, it requires less energy to form a replacement glass bottle from the recycled one, because recycled glass melts at the lowest temperature than the raw materials. So by applying the recycling as the way to reduce waste, it can actually educate the people or society in India to practice it, so there will be less wasting the recyclable products such as bottles, plastic bag, straw, and more. So the fourth positive implication is toward the individual. Many recyclers are motivated to adopt recycling behavior because they believe that recycling is actually helpful to the environment. Quantifying the positive impacts of recycling is not enough to convince some consumers that recycling does make a difference. By recycling, it can teach an individual to be more responsible to the environment and also to save the ocean life. As we know, lately there are many news about plastic waste are being thrown in the ocean. In India, this behavior is important as they have dense population. Therefore, it can help in reducing pollution. So the next implication is the negative implication. So the first negative implication is towards economy. This is because recycling is not very cheap. Recycling actually costs you more. Such as building up a new waste recycling component actually takes up a lot of capital. The following costs include buying different kinds of utility vehicles, upgrading recycling staff, waste and chemical disposal, and educating the locals by begin with useful programs and meeting. Therefore, this may be burden to the India's government to use their money just to build a recycle center, as the money more useful to help their own folk. So the last but not least, the negative implication of recycling also can be found in social. As we know, recycling needs specific center or site that may far from residential areas. Most of the Indian are not in good condition in money. They have low salary and they also live far away from the town and the city. So this may be a problem for the public to go to the recycling center, as not all people in India have vehicle, because sometimes they are poor, so they don't have a vehicle to go to the town or to the city to do the recycling. So as a recycling site, you will almost always face the unhygienic too. So that's all for me. Thank you.
As a conclusion, recycling helps us to transform our own product into something useful, or in other words, it is good for our environment because we can save our resources and dump garbage into garbage disposal. This can help to reduce air pollution and also water pollution. With recycling, we can help our future generation to have the world that we have right now. Recycling really minimize carbon emission, commonly referred to as greenhouse gases. So, recycling is very good, not only for us but also for our world. Thank you.